All right. Shalom, Israel. Shalom, shalom. It's Brother Tedro at the bar, coming back at y'all with another video. Right. Today we're going to be getting into how we have to love the Most High with our whole heart. We have to be in the truth with your whole heart, man. Keep the commandments with your whole heart, because that's ultimately how you love the Most High. Let's just get that classic First John. Well, you can't just love the Most High by saying it, right? You can't just love the Most High by going to church every Sunday. Or you got to love him by keeping the commandments, man. Right? This is 1 John 5:2, the classic. But by this we know that we love the children of God. We know when we love God and keep his commandments. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous, man. Right? His commandments are not grievous. They're not hard to keep, man. It's not hard to put on some damn fringes. It's not hard to keep the Sabbath day. Right? It's not hard to not eat pork, man. It's not hard to love the Most High, man, on a surface level. But hey, also what I'm finna get into, right? You have to come into this thing wholeheartedly. Right? You can't be damn faking it, man. You can't just keep the commandments because the brother told you to, man. Right? You gotta want it for yourself in this thing. Right, I'm gonna go to Joshua. I have some things written down, but let me get this quick precept in Joshua. All right, Joshua chapter 24 in verse 14. Right? Salakia. Joshua 24 and 14. Right, and it reads, Now therefore, fear the Lord and serve him in sincerity and in truth, and put away the gods which your father serves on the other side of the flood and in Egypt, and serve you the Lord, man. Right, spirit and sincerity and truth, man. You got to be sincere in this thing, man. Right, you got to be sincere, man. You got to do it to see the good in things, man. It's our good. It's for our own goods that we love the Most High. Let me get this inside right. All right, so like, you have some things written down, but spirit. Right, you got to want it for yourself because it's good for you, man. It's good to follow the Most High. Right? So like you with this quick precept inside right. All right. So like you. I believe. Here it is. Right, this is Sirach chapter 41 and verse 10. Right, that all the children of Israel might see that it is good to follow the Lord, man. As a child of Israel, man, as coming from the 12 tribes of Yasha'Allah, man, it's good to follow the Most High. Right, it's our heritage. We have to follow our heritage, right? Or you don't see no damn Moabite walking around saying his mom's not a damn Buddhist, man. Right, most likely 90% of the damn Moabites, are Buddhists, right? Or some of those on those levels, because that's their heritage and they understand that. Right, but what's our heritage? This Most High, man, the Most High of the whole earth, man. Right, so let's get back to the point how you got to serve him wholeheartedly. Right, I have some things written down. All right, let's go to Sirach, chapter 1. All right, Sirach, chapter 1, and verse 30. All right, and it reads, right, exalt not thyself lest thou fall, and bring dishonor upon thy soul. And so the Most High discover thy secrets and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation, because thou camest not in truth to fear the Lord, but thy heart is full of deceit, man. Right now, if you're not coming in this thing to serve the Lord and to see that it is good to serve the Lord and to see that it's the truth, man, hey, you might as well just just leave, man. Go back to that old man. Right, because this is good. This is the truth right here, man. Right, that's why it says not in truth, because thou camest not in truth to fear the Lord, but thy heart is full of deceit. Because your heart is full of deceit, man. You don't know what you believe in, or you still eat pork, or you still don't know what the Sabbath day is. Right, that's not coming in this thing wholeheartedly, man. And what did the Most High say? He said he's going to discover your secrets, right, and cast thee in the midst of the congregation, embarrass you, man. You're going to get embarrassed by following something that you don't believe in, man. Let me get Come on, let's go to Psalm. This ain't gonna be too long. All right, it's not gonna be too long. All right, Psalm chapter 33. All right, Psalms 33 in verse 4. All right, Psalms 33 in verse 4. For the word of the Lord is right, and all his works are done in truth. He loves righteousness and judgment. The earth is full of the goodness of the Lord, man. Right, so these are the ways of the Lord. It's the truth, man. Right? It's the truth. The ways of the Lord are the truth. Right? It says, for the word of the Lord is right, and all his works are done in truth, man. So this whole Bible, is done in truth, and it's for the right. It's for righteousness, man. It is righteousness. Right? Let's get another one on that. Right? This book is written for our knowledge, and it is righteous. Right? Let me get also that in Psalm chapter 68. Right? Because it's the Most High who wrote this thing, man. He inspired this thing, man. Right? Let me get this in Psalm chapter 68 in verse 11. Right? I'm going to start at verse 10. Right? Thy congregation has dwelt therein. Thou, O God, hast prepared of thy goodness for the poor. The Lord gave the word. Great was the company of those that published it, man. So you have to be great to, in order to understand this thing. Because it said great was the company that published it, man. That's why you have to understand it, and that you understand that it's the Most High who wrote this. I understand it's the Most High who really inspired this thing. Let me also go to Job. Job chapter 23, I believe, right? Because this is the truth right here, man. That's why you have to come in this thing wholeheartedly. You can't be faking it in this thing, man. Or you can't fake it, right? Job chapter 31, 32 and verse 7, right? I said, days should speak and multitude of years should teach wisdom. But there's a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding. Right? So, hey, it's the inspiration that gives you understanding, man. It's the inspiration of the Most High that gives you understanding, man. Right? Yeah. Let me also get that in Job chapter 34. It's right here. Right? Job chapter 33. Right? Because this is literally inspired by the true and living God of the earth, man. Literally. Right? That's why it is truth. That's why it's all righteousness, man. That's why it's all you would need. Right? So why would you not come in this thing wholeheartedly in sincerity and because it's in the truth, man? That's what it means to really be in the truth. Right? This is Job chapter 33 and verse 3. Right? My words shall be of the uprightness of my heart, and my lips shall utter the knowledge clearly. The Spirit of the Most High has made me, and the breath of the Almighty giveth me life, man. Right? So it is the breath that's going to give you life for the Most High, man. Right? It is Him. He's going to give you this life, which is the truth, and His commandments, and the way of life. Right? The true way of life and the true understanding, man. He's going to give you it. Right? That's Him. He's the one who gives you it. He gives you the understanding of Deuteronomy 28. Right? He gives you understanding of damn Job chapter 23. Right? Job 17 and 18, man. He gives you understanding of this whole damn Bible, man. He gives it. Right? So let's get Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 20. Right? This is book Isaiah chapter 10, verse 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth, man. But why do you think so great things will happen when the children of Israel and the house of Jacob come to worship the Lord in truth, man? Because it's damn truth, man. It's literally the truth. Where we have to worship Him in spirit and in truth, man. That's the classic John chapter 4, man, in verse 22. Where we have to worship Him in spirit and truth. Because if you don't, you're not in this thing wholeheartedly. And also, as I read in Sirach, right, chapter 1 and verse 30, hey, you're going to get cast in the midst of the congregation, man. Because you don't really believe. Right? Let's get some more precepts. Right? As a matter of fact, let's just get John. The classic. Right, John chapter 4. Right, John chapter 4 and verse 22. Right, ye worship ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. Right? So, hey, you don't know what you worship if you're not worshiping the spirit and the truth, man. Or you don't know what you worship. That's why, Yahweh said, ye worship, you know not what, man. Literally, right? Verse 23, but the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him, man. Say in those days, which is right now, people are coming back in the new body, worshiping the Most High in spirit and in truth, man, which is happening right now. And if you're not doing that, you're gonna get cast in the midst of the congregation, right? Keeping the commandments, loving thy brother as thyself, right? Wearing fringes, keeping the holy days, or you have to be doing those things, man. You have to. And that's what it means to love the Most High, and that's what it means to be in this thing in sincerity and in truth, and to worship in the spirit and the truth, man. Right? Let's jump to verse 24. Right, just read on. Right, the Most High is the Spirit, and they that worship Him must worship Him in spirit and in truth, man. That's why you must worship Him in spirit and in truth, man. You must. It's the only way, man. You have to be sincere. Bro, you got to know that He could just take your life, man. You have to know that. Come on. Right, Romans chapter 2 and verse 20. Right, let's go to Romans chapter 2 and verse 20. Right. Right, and it reads, right, an instructor of the foolish, a teacher of babes, which has the form of knowledge and of the truth of the law. Right, thou therefore which teachest another, teachest thou not thyself? Thou that preachest a man should not steal, doest thou still? Saying he was getting on the Pharisees, man, because they wasn't in this truth, man. And there's modern day Pharisees that out here telling people to keep the commandments, right? Telling people not to eat pork, and they don't even do it they themselves, man. That's not being sincere, man. That's being proud, right? Let's read that again, though. Right, an instructor of the fools, a teacher of babes, which has the form of knowledge and of the truth in the law, man. So that's what we really have to do. We have to have the knowledge of the truth, man. We have to have the law. We have to have everything in order to worship Him for real, man. Or you have to know the law, the dietary laws. You have to, man. Let's get some more precepts. All right, let me go to the book of Sirach. Right. I believe this what I want. Oh, Salat. Wisdom of Solomon. No. Let's just get Sirach. Where do I want to start? Sirach chapter 11. In verse 20, right? Sirach 11 and 20. Be steadfast in thy covenant, and be conversant therein, and wax old in thy word, man. So that's being wholehearted, right? Waxing old in what you do, right? Waxing old in planting seeds, waxing old in telling people who they are, man. You have to wax old in that. You have to get used to doing those things if you're really in this thing in truth and sincerity, man. Right? Let me read that again. Be steadfast in thy covenant, right? And the covenant is what? The commandments. Right? Exodus chapter 34 and 27 says the covenant we're in right now is keeping the commandments. Right? I'm gonna read that again. Be steadfast in thy covenant, and be conversant therein, and wax old in thy work. Marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in the Lord and abide in thy labor. For it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord on the sudden to make a rich man poor, to make a poor man rich, man. So it's easy for the Most High to do stuff like that, man. It is easy, but will you keep the covenant, though? Will you keep the commandments? Right, that's what He wants to know. Are you in this thing in sincerity, man? Well, let me get a precept on Isaiah chapter 8. Right, it's easy for the Most High to do stuff like that. Right, so lucky. Isaiah 7 and 13. Right, and He said, hear ye now, O house of David. It is a small thing for you to weary men, but will ye weary my Lord also, man? So hey, It's a small thing for the Most High to give us these damn nations, man. Right? It's a small thing for the Most High to make us the richest nation on earth. But will you worry Him? Man? Will you listen to Him? Will you come in this thing in truth and sincerity, man? Will you keep the commandments? Will you love your brother? Right? That's what's really come down to, man. The Most High, He's gracious, man. He has mercy on us, man. And He chose us and ordained us. Let me just get the classic. Deuteronomy 14 and 2. Right? Deuteronomy chapter 14, and I'm going to read verse 2. Right? And it reads, it's a lot. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God, and the Lord has chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto Himself above all nations that are upon the face of the earth, man. So, hey, we're already above all these nations, man. He chose us out of every nation on the earth to keep the commandments. Right? He didn't choose us to damn sin. Right? He didn't choose us because damn. He didn't choose us for none of these foolish reasons, man. He didn't. He didn't choose us to do things that are not pleasing in His eyes. Right? He chose us to keep the commandments, man. Live up to our heritage. Live up to who you are, man. All right? Let me get one more precept. All right, let's go to Proverbs. All right. Proverbs. This is what I want. All right, Proverbs chapter 18. And I'm going to read verse. This whole chapter is good. All right. I'm going to read verse. I'm just read verse 15. Right, the heart of the prudent getteth knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeketh knowledge, man. So, hey, you're wise, man, if you in this truth, man. You're wise if you seek who you are. Right, so, hey, live up to it. Let me just also give one more piece. Right, so let's go to Sirach, chapter 15, man. Right, this is our heritage. I keep saying that this is literally what the Most High chose us for, right, to keep His commandments. Right, this is Sirach, chapter 16, verse 10. And the elect shall praise His holy name. Beside this, He gave them knowledge and the law of life for inheritance. Man. So He gave us this law for inheritance. He gave the law for us to keep it. Right? For us to keep the laws, man. That's why He gave it to us. Right? Verse 12. He made an everlasting covenant with them and showed them His judgments, man. So hey, with that, we just gotta be in this thing wholeheartedly, man. Where you can't be proud. Or you can't be damn a lying tongue. You just got to worship in the spirit and the truth. Keep the commandments, right? And abide in His love. Love your brother as yourself, man. And be sincere. And with that, I didn't want to make this too long. Giving, of course, all honor and glory to Yahweh by Shema Mashakum Malak Waha, Awar Yahweh Shai, I want to say Shalom.